How was your
It was,
You could hear it.
yeah,
I think we got some of it on tape.
I hope so.
I think you tore some skin, man.
First of all, I don't know what they're talking about.
Welcome to Curiosity Public. My name is Dutch.
My name is Jules.
Angelic. Dylan.
You guys do the sound every time now. All right, and welcome to kind of a weird drink through.
Yeah, why am I here?
One of our trademarked, world famous drink throughs.
Stop stealing. Stop stealing.
Yeah, and so why are we doing this? Well, over the years, we've accumulated quite a number of the single malt Alexander Murray Kirkland Scotch releases. They're very interesting. They are always age stated and usually at a pretty decent proof point, I think 46, and very inexpensive. The most recent one here is this 15-year-old Highland one, and I think it was about $50 for a 15-year-old age stated Scotch. The others, I mean, the older ones I remember being a little bit more. I don't think a single one of these was over $100 though.
Yeah.
So very good bargain, good bang for the buck. All of them are Speysides finished in sherry, I believe, except for the 15-year, which is, as I said, a Highland. We'll get a little bit of the detail on all of them. Should we just go through them all real quick, and then we'll do the drink through?
Well, hold on there, Dutch. I want to do a straight talk with Dylan. All right, so here's the deal. So we are all not like Dutch over there, riding on his high horse, flying around in a G6, throwing money around like it's like nothing. Okay, some of us have budgets. Some of have budgets. We need to save money, and Christmas is coming up, and I don't know when this is going to be edited.
This is going to come out way after Christmas.
But no, I'm doing this because I want him to release this. So. Let's say Christmas is coming up and you have to host some kind of gathering. Let's say, like me, a Puritan, you'd be hosting a church gathering. You might be doing some kind of school or work function, and maybe they're coming to the house, but you're on a tight budget, right? You got to buy a bunch of stuff for your kids. You
serving this to your kids?
Get one of these things, right? Get one of these things, and if you put it in a you can go to eBay or the local flea market and get a really nice decanter or, a decent decanter. Throw that in there. I guarantee they will say that this is pretty good.
Oh, it's just like a Puritan, a Puritan to try to deceive his guests.
Straight talk. So
with a pretty chalice.
Yeah, you don't have to lie.
I didn't say anything.
But I think if you are a little bit self-conscious about this Kirkland,
why would you be? Like, that's just part of the drink through. Should you be self-conscious? Let's try them. Let's find out.
All right, thanks.
Let's drink through it.
Ruin my straight talk.
That was my goal.
Section here.
All right, let's take a quick look at all these bottles. The first one, actually, which is the most recent release, is the 15-year-old Highland Sherry Cask Finish, 92 proof. We're just going to go in order of age statement. So the next one up is the 18-year-old Speyside Sherry Cask Finish, also 92 proof. The 19-year, with the cool-looking label, Sherry Cask Finish, Speyside Single Malt, 92 proof.
The only white label.
Yeah, the only white label. And then we got the 20-year, nice dark label there, the Sherry Cask Finish, 92 proof. The 22-year, which I believe this was the first one I actually got. That's why there's so much of it gone. And the 23-year with the brown motif, Speyside Sherry Cask Finish, 92 proof. And then the oldest of the bunch, the 24-year with the fake wood grain. All right, are you guys ready to jump into this drink through?
Fun fact, my shorts are Kirkland.
How about your underwear?
Could be.
I need a new pair.
All right, you guys ready to do the drink through? Let's do this.
No, actually, Dutch. I don't think we have a complete lineup here.
Really?
I think we're missing
a robot.
A pretty big bottle.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Big 12-year.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that standing right
there,
at my
hitting your
feet.
knee.
Isn't this your like shot
And
bottle?
I think we should. I think we should set our pallets, guys. So why don't we take some shots?
Why don't we just sip it, dude? We don't need to shoot it.
Shot.
Well, yes. So Alexander Murray also does do the 12-year-old blended Scotch. Now, this is not a sherry finish, but it is 1.75 liters.
Look at that beast.
If you want to impress your guests,
Yeah,
you guys want to try it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, well, let's start the drink through with the 12-year-old. All right, we can drink it out of Glen Cairns.
Let's just
Like Puritans. Is it a twist off? Or is it a cork? Oh, it's a cork. All right. 12-year-old.
Put it on your shoulder.
Hey, how you doing? Hold it like this. I'm totally going to spill it all over. Yeah, so 12 years old. It is a blend. The others are single malts, obviously. So, but if nothing else, this will help us kind of set our palates to a nice Scotch palate here. I spilled it all over my hand. All right, messed up my order. But okay.
I know it's killing me.
It's really annoying. But all right, how's the nose?
Apple juice.
Glenlivet.
There's a grain component.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's a good sweetness, apple sweet.
It smells cheap.
Yeah, it's not a lot of depth. It's kind of one note.
This is one of those like white label, like not as bad as Circus Well Scotch.
Yeah. And I actually kind of feel like it's better than Red Label. Red Label Johnny. This is more like Black Label to me. Same age, so it makes sense. Dude, it is better than Red Label. Come on, don't even try to.
All right, taste off.
Taste off.
Are we really gonna do that?
Yep.
Do we even have Red?
No, it's just on there.
I've done that.
Sugar water. All right, so here's the Red Label Johnny. For you guys that don't know, Johnny Walker looks like that. It's a screw top.
So Dutch's hypothesis.
This is not as good?
Yeah.
I haven't even tasted this yet, though. I don't actually know.
Guess we'll find out.
Well, you had to run your mouth, and so
I was talking about the nose.
you ran the mouth.
I was nosing my whiskey
So this is the punishment.
like a civilized drinker. All right, let me actually taste.
For a civilized
Age.
Let me try the Kirkland.
time. Okay. Kirkland first.
It's sweet. It's pleasant.
It's nice.
And it's
Unremarkable.
nondescript.
Yeah.
Nondescript.
I mean, it's thin.
Watered
It's got
down.
grain. Yeah.
But it's sweet.
Okay.
All right, Johnny Walker Red.
Red.
Oh, come on. That nose is way worse.
No, I don't know.
He's right.
It's
He's
worse.
right. It's worse, dude.
It's worse. I mean, it's different, but I don't think it's as
On
enjoyable.
the palate,
I think the peat
yeah.
helps.
Yeah.
It helps.
It just gives it another component.
I mean, it has a little bit more bite. This is very nondescript. The Kirkland is nondescript.
It's sweeter. I think it's smoother.
Yeah, I know. That's why you like it.
Price point is probably about the same, I would guess. I mean, if you factor in size.
Size.
Yeah, I prefer the red.
Really?
I mean, I don't prefer either, but
Yeah.
I mean, relatively speaking, I would pick the red.
I think.
And the reason, the reason is it's just extra complexity.
So let me tell you why
Another note.
you might be right. Is in a highball, I think I'd prefer the red. Because
Yeah,
you're getting a
it's
little
stand
more.
out
You're getting an
more.
extra.
Stand out
You're getting an extra level.
There's a
but
bite. There's a complexity.
I think that the Kirkland would be still pretty good in that situation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I think
fine.
it's a good well Scotch.
All right. Well, we proved nothing. Let's actually get to
At
the
all.
proper part of this drink through,
All right.
and we'll kick things off with the 15-year. All right, 15-year. We already took a look at the bottle. Again, this is going to be a little bit unique because it is a Highland. You know, my speculation was this is Macallan.
He is on his own fantasy land.
Hey, man, you never know what Kirkland can pull off here. Very pleasant.
McKellen.
No way.
How is it on the? I think the nose is pretty enjoyable.
I mean, a huge step up from the 12-year.
Huge.
I mean, it's much more complex, relatively speaking.
I think the palate is way better than the nose. The nose is a little bit blah.
Subdued.
I mean, there's a little bit of the grain still.
Yeah, I don't love the nose.
Yeah.
The palate is way better than the nose. I mean, the palate is just A lot of sherry.
It's not the aroma. The balance is off a little bit.
There's nothing there.
Not enjoying it as much.
There's nothing there.
I'm enjoying the palate a lot.
Palate's great though.
Super enjoyable. I mean, it's not like the flavors aren't particularly deep, but they're good.
Yeah.
It hits your palate nicely. The finish is decent.
Yeah.
You know?
I could see why
Still get the
you were
brightness
saying
on it.
Glenmorangie though. Yeah.
Right? Especially on the palate.
Too much sherry. Too much sherry. I mean, I enjoy this at this price point for a 15-year-old age-stated Scotch. I think it's a no-brainer. Was it like $50? I put the sticker in. I think it's like 50, something like that.
Dude, yeah.
It was really cheap.
Just get it with your 2 dozen toilet paper and you're good to go, man.
All right. Well, we got a bunch more to go. Let's get to the 18-year. All right, 18-year-old. Now we are jumping to the space side. And let's try the 18. I think this is one of the newer ones. I don't really remember the release order, but this is, I think, one of the more recent ones. The 18 and the 19, I feel like came out just before the 15, but I don't remember the order, so. How is the nose?
As expected.
Yeah, it's also kind of
I feel like it's kind of subdued as well.
not very
Although, I mean, I guess it's more turned up than the...
I mean, it's basically sugar sweetness.
Yeah.
And
It probably needs a bit more time to open up. I mean, it's an 18-year. It will probably bloom quite a bit.
I mean, it's not going to win any awards on complexity here.
No, there's almost like a weird, almost like a rotten flavor in the middle, like the rotten grain in the middle of it. Like it's...
I know what you mean, because it's kind of like the smell of a rotten apple.
Yeah. All right. How's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I was going to say banana.
Dehydrated.
Palate's okay. Finish is very sweet, but it's a little peppery. Balance feels a little off.
I think everything's in the finish.
The finish is the best
Because
part
the
of it.
palate felt like it just nothing.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting everything in the finish. I'm getting the pepper.
It's a little bit effervescent in the finish too. I mean, I
Okay,
don't know.
so this is why I love the drink-throughs, because I think teaches you every time you go to the next step. So I'm going to go back to the previous one. Okay?
The 15.
Yeah. So now, tasting this, I can now characterize what the 15-year flavor profile is like. The 15-year tastes like a blended whiskey. It has a grain component. It's a young
I didn't
blended
get it
whiskey.
on the palate, though. On the nose, I agree with you.
You know, I'm talking like Dewar's. You know, it's like on that level. It's sweet enough, but then it has this like grain component that's a little bit off. That's what I get. Now, when we get to the 18, though, that kind of question disappears. You know, this feels like a single malt whiskey. This feels like what we can kind of get from the big names.
Big name, yeah.
Is it punchy? No, it doesn't have like the depth of flavor and depth of aroma.
Or even like a standout character,
Yeah,
though.
it's sweet. It's just overall sweet. The mouthfeel is good. It's decent.
Yeah,
And
But everything's in the finish in this one.
Yeah, I actually slight preference for the 15 on the palate.
Palate for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a
I'm
little
with
bit
you on
more interesting to me.
Yeah.
So the finish was longer. This was a 9-month finish. This is a 6-month finish. There's something in the mid palate of the 18 that it doesn't
Washes
sit
over
well.
for
Yeah,
me.
it's
It
not,
just, seriously, I got the entire experience really
didn't
that's
like it as
memorable
much.
is the finish.
yeah, for you know,
You prefer the 18?
for our folks that are on a budget, I would say this right here for a Christmas party would probably be the
18.
be the way to go.
Well, we got 5 more to go. So let's
He's
keep
going to say that for each one.
But what's, I mean, like, is there a
as they get
flavor?
older and older.
So let me ask you. So far, can you identify the kind of the characteristic of the release?
Yeah.
Is there, what is it?
It's sherry. They're all sherry finish.
Yeah, but like personality. I'm talking about personality.
No, because this is the only Highland. I feel like these are all space side.
Yeah.
When we get through the space sides, I feel like the 15 is going to be the outlier.
So are you just saying like, oh, they're just throwing stuff?
We
in
just
there?
started, basically.
I don't know. There's no theme.
Let's get through it and then decide.
All right, let's go.
No, let's make this 3 hours, Dylan.
Yeah. All right. Next one. All right. Next one. 19 years old. Another
Prediction.
one. Another one of the newer ones. I think it's going to be 1 year better than the 18. I don't know what that means.
It's something I would
Well, here,
say.
just based on my recollection, I remember not really being too wild about the 18, 19, or the 20. That's just my recollection.
Way to go.
So, but it's been a while, so I would love to be pleasantly surprised. And also, I feel like this is a more recent one I've opened too. So.
Oh, there's a difference.
Oh wow,
it's better.
It's much better on the nose.
It's way better.
There's actually something.
This is much better. Yeah.
It's punchier.
The sherry comes through. What's the
Sherry
time
comes through.
to finish on this one? So this is 9 months in Oloroso.
You start to get a little bit
So
of that.
6 to 9.
Yeah, the 18 was
I still get that grain though.
6 months in Oloroso.
That's
on the
that's
nose.
one thing about Kirkland. Like I find that there's a grain component.
Yeah,
I
it's
often
there.
use it for mixing, right? For guests when they say, "Oh, I want like a Scotch highball or a Scotch and soda." Like you start putting these things in there, works fine. But you get that grain on the nose, and then
A little bit on the palate too. There's more depth to it than the 18.
Yeah.
I would say
I still don't love the palate though.
I felt like the body is turned up a little bit. So between
everything's
the two,
turned up a little bit.
Yeah, between the two, 19 no brainer. You know,
But
across
still,
the
I'm
board.
not. I feel like there's something a little more interesting in the 15 than both of these so far.
I think I'm with you.
I think the finish works a little bit better on the 15. The sherry comes through more clearly. These have
Just
that
the
bigger
character.
grain
I'm
hit.
still trying to figure
and
out what the
peppery.
character is from these. I think I'm with you.
Different strokes for different folks, as they say. You guys ready to move on to the 20?
Let's go.
Let's do it. 20. All right, the 20-year-old. This one is 6 months in Oloroso. So we
Back
got
to
6,
six.
9, and back to
6.
6. Wow.
Here, let's take a
I was
picture.
trying, man. I wanted to get the glug and everything. Wow. Man, that's a lot of cheap scotch. All right. 20 years old. How is the nose?
Even bigger.
I don't know. This one's a little bit mellow.
I agree.
Less grain,
Less
but
grain.
the flavors are not as punchy to me.
Grain is bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems more mellow.
Oh man, you get more grain compared
I
to
guess
the
so.
last
The
one.
sherry is turned down.
Yeah, you get more grain.
Yeah, more of the barley.
I think I get your point. It's basically like we're opening the door wider.
The palate is different though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very different. It's fruitier, but less sherry. You get more of that natural
Sherry,
barley
getting
sweetness.
The barley, yeah.
That kind of sweet wine type, sweet grape.
I prefer the 19 right now. I feel like 19 is churned up, and then now we're turning back down.
Yeah, there's less sherry in this, and I think that's
A
from
little
the
bit less,
amount
a
of
little
time.
bit more grain, just a slightly more grain flavor there.
I feel like the base scotch was better in the 19 too, minus the sherry. You know,
I don't know if we touched on the finish. You know,
A little bit.
I mean, for this age, I should be getting really complex, kind of balanced finish and some
you should
of
be
the,
getting deeper flavors.
yeah,
too.
and
The
it's
flavors
and
are
it's
very easy to get.
really like hollow.
Not just that, I should be getting more flavors.
Yeah, I'm getting.
1 or 2 notes.
It's found wanting.
Mm-hmm,
This is definitely not.
I mean, you think about other things in this age range, you're getting
Yeah.
really intense flavor,
Right.
And I'm not sure.
I mean, think about
Like a Glenmorangie is a good.
Glenmorangie
comparison.
18.
I mean, yeah, that's got so much more going on.
Glenlivet 18. You're talking about Macallan 18. You're not gonna get.
I mean, these aren't
you're not gonna get
aged.
I know.
But yeah,
But
I
what
mean-
I'm saying is like,
I know what you're saying.
if they're
The depth of flavor.
arguing this is a space side, right? I mean,
Well, it is
yes,
a
I
space
get. No, I get it's a marketing.
marketing,
part,
yeah.
right? So they're implying certain things. They're implying a flavor profile. Well, then. If that's the case, then I have to compare it with a space side traditional release from these distilleries. Yeah. And it's found wanting because I still get the grain. The grain hasn't been barreled out. The finish is not as great. Can it pass off as a drinkable, again, like in a party?
It's okay.
I think people.
There's nothing like off-putting about it.
Yeah, it's not off-putting.
Yeah, and at the price point, it's still probably just as good as anything at that price.
I wouldn't sit and like try to analyze it because I think you might
kinda
start
boring,
getting into
There's not much there.
Not much
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So
All right, let's keep going. Pass on down the 22.
okay, now
This I remember being one of the older ones.
yeah.
Because I feel like it went up in age and then it started going down in age. So this is one of the older ones. It's probably been open the longest out of all these. Let's see how it stacks up. And the stats on this, it is ex-bourbon barrels and then finished for 6 months in Oloroso.
Back to 6.
6 months.
Again.
22 years old. Remember. So let's give it a second.
The aroma is
better.
much
ready.
Yeah, I mean,
is it ready? That's right.
When you approach it, it's
come on.
Better.
There's still a little bit of the grain.
Yeah,
right?
It's still there.
I feel like this one will continue to evolve.
But I'm getting like deeper fruits now, man.
Yeah, but you're starting to get like the ripe fruits finally.
Yeah.
The other ones, there were like little hints of it.
Yeah.
Right? It's teasing you.
Oh, it's getting better.
Yeah,
the more it sits.
It's teasing you, but here it's like, okay, it's front and center. Here's the nectarine. Here's the plum.
Yeah, raisin,
here we go.
dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
raisin.
So much raisin.
Starting to get there, right?
Yeah.
Am I getting the jam?
No.
It's still a little bit off, right? It's still not
jammy.
completely.
Yeah,
right?
it's like the dried fruit.
Yeah.
Not so much cooked or jammed. Good though. Nice. I don't have any real complaints about the nose. It's not like gonna blow me away, but it's good.
It's like the most interesting so far.
So far. Yeah.
I mean, I use this as like Super Bowl party, right? Where people are drinking beer, they don't really care. You can mix it, you can drink it, you can do whatever you want.
Let's try it.
Yeah, much more bold. Much more bold.
The flavors are cranked.
Yeah.
I'm still like the balance is off for me a little bit.
Still off. There's a little bit of that grain that's kind of always there.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, but I feel like the grain really lingers on the finish on this one.
Yeah,
it's,
it's almost like a peppery thing in the middle of the palate.
Oh yeah, in the middle,
like unaged grain, pepper kind of thing.
I'm getting that on the finish, man.
So far, that's kind of been the consistency between these.
True, it's like the grain component.
Yeah.
So that's the personality.
Maybe. It's good. I mean, and again, I'm at the price point. This is pretty enjoyable. And
I think I can add something too. I think this is the first time I started to get like the drying wood oak.
I don't get any drying.
Like try it. Now think about how dry it is. Like the dryness, the woodiness.
Getting woodiness and dryness.
Look at how he just makes fun of people.
Just you.
I'm hurt.
I mean, it's good. I'm not loving it, honestly, but it's good. It's fine. Regular.
Yeah,
it is drying.
Yeah, it's drying, right? So you're starting to get that wood component more.
A little bit.
Every single time, you're trying to tease out the flavors. You're thinking, I wish, right? I wish there was a little bit more of this. I wish there was.
I think you said earlier, it's like still felt wanting.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like. I want more. I want deeper flavors. I want a little more richness. I want a little bit of better coating of the palate.
Yeah.
I want a longer finish.
Less grain.
More intense finish.
Yeah.
That's a good point on the coating because the body's kind of
they're all kind of thin feeling. Yeah. All right. Well, we got 2 more. Let's see if the intensity gets cranked at all. Let's move on. All right. Number 23.
All right. Here we go.
23? Michael Jordan?
And Michael Jackson.
I don't know why that's funny.
It's funny.
All right.
LeBron James. And I got Dutch to spill. All over my hand.
Wow.
I don't know how this is. I don't know why I'm so bad. What's funny is there's a misprint on this.
What's the misprint?
Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. 23-year-old Speyside, ex-bourbon, and then 22 months in Oloroso.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow. So almost 2 years.
Cut it off.
What did you think
I thought they're saying it was aged a minimum of 22 months total.
Oh.
I just didn't see that above that it said bourbon barrel aged first. So 22 months in Oloroso. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now this is an old Scotch. Let's give it a minute. Let's see if it evolves. Should we pour the 24 now? Give it a little time to open up? No? All right. Wow. I was like, I'm just going to go in.
Just don't bother.
I'm going to judge it on the fresh crack. All right, how's the nose? Oh.
There we go.
Yeah. You're getting
It's finally presenting itself, yeah.
You're getting the
more raisin for me.
The raisiny, pruny, richer sugars.
I want to even say
Uh-oh. We're going to get a Venn diagram.
Here we go.
I keep talking. Oh, man. Do you have a pen?
I got a pen.
Pineapple.
Here, have a marker.
Yeah, give him a Sharpie.
It's a nice baby blue pen for you.
That's even worse. It's drawing time with Dylan.
Story time. Ooh, this is getting better and better.
Is this better be to scale and painted?
Let's see it.
Yep. Confirms it. Okay, so
The camera's not on, dude. Here, just put it right here.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is what I feel like. I feel like
Producers.
essentially this is an exercise in how much grain are you going to get when you sip something. And that's all it is. That's all it's doing. You're just getting
said that, dude.
the percentage of grain is just going down. This is what I see. Some people are visual.
Okay.
Jeez, man. So punchy. Like, straight talk with this is not even a straight talk with Dylan here. Dutch, we've recorded multiple podcasts recently, and every episode is
man.
Dutch hates everybody. Part 264.
Mostly.
Let's just look.
Comment below.
This tells you what I'm thinking.
I could have done a nice graphic.
Right?
Instead, we got to see your chicken scratch.
there you go.
How do you spell hot?
HDT.
All right. The nose is better.
There's still grain. It's a little less so.
It's less grain.
That's not the predominant feature, though.
Yeah, you're getting the raisin
the-
now,
you're getting the
man.
raisins,
The
you're getting
prunes
the
are
prune,
there. Even a floral. It's opening up. Oh, yeah.
The palates, again, like I want more depth. There's more depth to the sweetness here. Like you get it's like a 3-dimensional sweetness as opposed to the more 2-dimensional one.
Yeah, the flavor profile is a little bit broader,
Yeah, you
right?
can
So
see
it's
the
starting
whole
to go
bait.
this way.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's not as deep. It's just wide. You're starting to like they tickle the other fruits.
I feel like more that it's like you're just able to see that it's 3-dimensional now.
I want more stew.
wanna
I want
enhance.
more
Enhance.
zoom enhance.
But it's not there.
It just adds
Your
more
favorite
density.
movie, Enemy of the State.
Well, yeah, I was talking about Blade Runner, but yeah. Not a significant elevation to me over the 20, though, right? Or the 22, sorry.
Surprisingly, considering it's
The
barrel longer.
prune date sweetness is a little more intense, but that's about
that's
it.
it.
Like
But I'm almost.
finish is still.
I mean,
still
actually,
sharp.
I'm going to contradict your
know
drawing
what,
a little
though?
bit. I don't think the grain is turned down that much.
It is. I think it is. Oh, here's what's different. Where's my? I
don't know.
Thing here?
I think it's just the same.
No, it's like this. So I think what happened was,
How much of this am I going to have to cut?
It's drawing time with Dylan.
and then it's kind of like that.
Cool. All right, let's move on to the last one, the 24-year-old. All right, last one, guys. Highest age statement, 24-year-old. Let's see what we got here. Ex-bourbon, finished for a minimum of 30 months.
Ooh, all right.
The sherry. It is definitely darker.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Cola.
Cola dark. Very dark.
Yeah.
30 months in sherry. So almost 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
This is the best nose.
This is the best nose.
absolutely.
Like a grain is.
I mean,
Negligible.
Yeah.
Negligible, right? It's there.
This just smells like a really a sherry,
Like a good, yeah.
a sherry influenced Scotch.
This is good.
This is
It's
really
getting,
good nose. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and you get the kind of traditional Speyside barleyness,
Yep.
barley sweetness in there.
And now, I'm getting like the syrup kind of thing with the prune juice.
Ripe fruit. Rotting. Ripe
Yeah,
fruit.
definitely
yeah.
rot, yeah.
Not. I mean, you get a little bit of the jam. I think a little bit, but it's
That's what I'm
mostly
saying. It's
mostly
like
ripe.
so juicy. You know what I mean? Right before it gets to
Like
the
juicy
jammy.
fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine you like going.
Exactly.
And like it's
just-
just
Dripping all
dripping
over.
all over you.
Man, that's going to be a zoom in enhance right there.
And repeat.
What's missing here?
On the nose, no spice really.
I want more jam.
I want deeper flavors still.
Yeah,
Me too.
You know, like
wider. But you know what's good about this is that the grain has been kind of barreled out, at least in the aroma.
But I want the third dimension. This feels like somebody just drew me a diagram, and I want some actual substance.
On a legal notepad.
yeah.
All right. How's the palate?
He just said, yeah.
The finish is way
Oh,
better.
wow.
Way
The
better.
finish is awesome.
All the sherry comes in on the finish.
You know what's really interesting about
Dude,
this?
I'm even getting spice on that finish.
I'm getting grain on the finish.
Really?
With a lot of the sherry, but there's more sherry.
So expanding on that, this tastes like to me a 15-year. A 15-year, like a traditional
18. It's got a little more than a 15, I think.
15 traditional release. And then the
It's like
finish.
a 15 Macallan. Or Glendronach.
It's like a 12, dude.
No, there's something to this. I mean, it's
Not much.
I think the drinkability
More than what we had before,
This
but-
is elevated. This
is the richest.
I mean, this is like So
but there's still like it's still not blowing me away.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It feels
Well,
it feels like an
it's
entry
because
level.
because it's a little hollow, right?
Yeah.
You definitely get the wood on the finish, right? The drying component.
Yes. Well, I get an oakiness, but it's not tannic at all. It actually kind of complements. It's like a counterpoint to the sweetness. I don't get a lot of drying personally.
I get a lot of
little
drying.
bit.
Yeah.
it's
but-
there.
Yeah.
There's more dimensions to this. Like 20 is a sweet spot for you.
No, this is definitely above and beyond, but
24.
I'm getting like the drying that I got in this one. So
Interesting. All right. Well, you guys ready to do a recap?
Let's go.
yeah.
All right. Okay, so I have two clear favorites that I would pick out of this.
Okay.
Of course.
You got two because it's gonna be like what this.
It is.
Actually,
This
I think I'm with
this
you.
has like a better
was still more
drinkability to me.
interesting.
Like yes, it doesn't have a finish, but like everything that hits the palate is just it's nice. It's like compact. It's like understandable.
Yeah.
And then that one, the 24's just got a little more depth across the board on everything. So of the space sides, it was the best.
This was what 79.
I think it was closer to 80 or 90. I remember that one being a little more. I wish we had the price points when they came. These came out over a number of different years. So unfortunately, I don't remember all the price points, but they've all been, I'd say, between like 50 and 100. I don't think anything's been much over 100. If they have been, it's like 110 maybe tops.
I don't think I've ever purchased a Kirkland above 100.
I don't think so. Yeah, I just don't remember, unfortunately. Comment below if you guys happen to remember any of the prices.
This is what I have in my collection, and it has served really well as just a kind of a neat sipper, or you can mix it.
Or if somebody's just curious about Scotch.
Chaos in public.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of one of those things you can form. Hey, this is what a sherry Scotch is kind of like. You know, and it's not...
Very loosely, though, kind of.
No, it is. I think this is. Like, this really does bring it.
Okay. The biggest,
like, seriously,
let's talk utility here, okay? So why would you buy this? Why would you buy this? Well, most people are you want bargain, right? You want
bargain.
Yeah, it's like the cost benefit ratio, right? So
One-stop shopping.
you know, which one of these do you think has more bang for your buck?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like the 15 and the 24 really work.
Because this was like 50.
So for you, you
50.
too?
I think this is like, to answer your question, I think this one has the most utility.
For me,
the price.
Okay, so I'm going to explain. For me, it's definitely not the 15. Okay.
Really?
So it's going to be these two.
The 19.
19 and the 24. If you can get the 19 at the $50 mark and you decant this and let it open up, I think it's a party drink, okay? This is not going to win any awards. This is not going to... You're not going to be sitting there doing like crazy... Yeah, give me a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And then the 24...
I completely did.
Given the context, this really still stands up.
you know, make me eat my...
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think...
Kirkland shorts?
I just think that... I think it's a counterpoint kind of to all of this.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, it's just a different angle.
That's what I was saying. If I,
But the flavors really stand up. Like, I'm impressed.
I'm with Dutch. You only need these two bottles.
It's pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I might be coming
After
around.
going through this progression, come on.
That's why I feel like I didn't get much from here to here.
Okay.
Really.
Then, you know what?
Those three?
You convinced me. So 15, I think there is a utility there.
Yeah, there's something
I would say-
different in this. And that's probably, I mean, it's a different distillery,
You can
obviously.
ignore these guys.
Which is so weird. When I first had it, I remember thinking this was like really rich and interesting. The 20, whatever that is, 22.
2? Yeah.
I think that was like the first one. And
I mean, for the price, all of these are still...
so let's bring it back home. I mean, is this still one that you're going to pick up no matter what when you see it at Costco, just to see how it is?
Not I have bottles of this. So
well, let's say a new one, a new year, or maybe like another Highland that's a different age statement, or an older one, or a younger one, like just another one in this lineup that you don't already have.
Personally, I would never get anything younger.
The
only reason I would buy at this stage of my journey in Scotch and whiskeys and stuff like that, Kirkland, I'm pretty much kind of done.
We've tried a lot.
so the only time I would be a little bit curious would be if they release a 30-year.
I agree.
Plus.
I would be, so if there's another Speyside that's older,
yeah,
I agree. If they expand on this Highland line,
I was gonna say, I think
I'm gonna be really
the
intrigued.
next one of this, I'd be willing to try.
Or if they have one that's sherry aged.
Yeah, because there's a component of the flavor profile that it shares with a lot of the blended whiskeys, and that also comes with what a lot of people have kind of associated with the downside of a blended product, because you get this kind of theme of grain, right?
Yeah.
And so, even though this is a single malt, it does share some like resemblance to a blended product in terms of how it presents the grain.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think 24 showed me what it could potentially become, but at this stage of my journey, I'd be like, look, 30 plus maybe. That's what I would buy.
If they come out with a 25, you're gonna try it. You'll probably try
I'll let Dutch try it.
No, you'll buy it.
But
Well, you'll try some of my bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm a man of the people. I buy the Kirkland products because it's a good bargain.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This has been actually a very interesting drink through, even though I don't feel like any of us loved any of these. It was very educational.
Pick one bottle.
Easy.
I'm kind of with you. $50 for this is really starting to shine at $50
For real.
A 15-year Highland. It stands out. Like
You're not buying this.
maybe I just prefer the Highland Scotch that they got versus the Speyside or something. But it just brings a
This
different
had
element.
more character. I mean, we just went through this progression.
No.
You picked the 22 or the 24.
4, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, those are my two picks:
bet.
the 15 and the they Very interesting. I hope they.
I'm bringing this to my Christmas party this year.
It's a good one. But I think this is an interesting line. I'm glad that I hope they keep going with it, and I hope they bring other locations in, other regions, maybe other finishes, maybe sherry aged.
They have, they had I think they released a bunch of like Noctu and
They've had other non-Alexander Murray ones. I'm looking forward to more interesting lineup. Good bang for your buck across the board.
Guess who's getting Christmas gift?
Jules. Whatever, it's like 2025 by the time this video comes out.
That's all right. It's a new pour for me on the podcast. So.
Yeah, you need a bottle for that, huh?
Yeah.
Are you going to take us out?
Oh, are we done?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I already threw it to you.
Anyway, tell us what you guys think in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Definitely thumbs down on this.
Yes.
I mean, come on. Seriously.
Thank you, Jules.
Comment below how
It took him longer to draw it, and he explained it all in like 2 seconds, guys.
Some people are visual.
And I still visually got it with your audio description. Anyway, if you want to help us out, please consider joining Curiosity Private membership program on YouTube and Patreon. We also sell t-shirts. Links will be in the description. And we have a podcast on major podcast platforms. As always, stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay curious. Keep your drawings to yourself.
So Dutch is going to convert this into PDF, and he's going to distribute it. So I'm going to hand it to you.
Download below. Let me put this into the old shredder. I mean the scanner, and done. Good. Look at that. It's already on the internet. Magic. I took a picture of it.
Comment below.
You know, Dylan's gonna like screen grab that now.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a picture actually. I'm gonna for our Discord, we'll have it up there.
You should draw it.
Oh, oops, I stepped on it.
Wow. Wow.
Oh.
You know what? You know what it is? Okay, you know what this is like? This is like, you know what it is? It's like Marty McFly.
It's the piece of paper.
The piece of paper.
The note.
And then it's like,
But it's gotta be taped back together.
yeah.
That's right.
I'm gonna take a picture of this. Here's my other phone here.
The man with two phones who's too cheap to buy Kirkland. Fun drinker.
Comment below, man. Just brutal.
What is your summary of the drink through?
Even though we've only had 2.
This is, CPU, this is an example of what we call hostile work environment.
Oh, you're getting paid to be here?
Hostile work
Right, you're the only one.
environment. This is work.
That's right.
This is work. A method.
Cool. All right, let's move on to the last one, the 24-year-old.
That's the best part. That was so good. Timing, bro. Oh, shit. That was badass.